Hi, how are you? Welcome. Thanks so much for joining me. I have a door hanger in front of me. We need to paint. So I'm using Cadet to paint part of it. And then the rest of it, we're going to use Ocean Mist. And then this new, well, I say new, it's been out for a minute. This is the winter toile, or holiday toile pattern, excuse me. And here we go. The keyword is winter. If you would like to comment winter in the comments here, you will get a link to get this stuff on sale. Using Cadet to paint with, okay? I did go ahead and just pull some out of my jar so that it would make it a little bit easier. And I don't dry up my jar. It is a new jar. Hi, Denise. Welcome. Hey, Sandra. How are you? Hi, Joni. All right. I need a little bit more water. This paste is new, but it is still a little bit too thick to easily spread. So I just sprayed a little bit of water in that to get kind of a paint-ish consistency. That's a little better. And we're going to do this coat. So there's several pieces to this. Hopefully I'll just need one coat on here. All right. Hey, Brooke, how are you? Welcome. Thanks for joining me. All right. So anybody have any big plans for the weekend? I don't really. I need to do some organizing in my craft room desperately. I would really, really love to get my garage organized, actually, because since we've lived in this house, things have just gotten kind of tossed into the garage. And so it's a mess out there. Nothing has been put away, really. It's all just still piled up out there. Y'all, look how good that Cadet looks. I think it's a perfect color for winter. This is a 14-inch round that this project comes with. So whenever you comment winter, you will get the round and all the stuff that I'm using, or you'll get the link to get it. And then you can decide what all you want to get. Or you can just comment here that you want it and I'll invoice you. Okay. So that way it makes it a little easier on you guys. All right. Let me move this out from underneath here because I'm afraid that I'm going to get dark paint on it and then I'm going to have a problem. Oops. There. Okay. Now I can be a little messier and not worry. There's Dozer going off as usual. So it's been raining off and on here for the last couple of days. So we've been struggling to keep him inside. And he is getting a little bit restless. Hi, Alma. How are you? Thank you, Diane. I appreciate that. Hi, Lacey. So, by the way, today I took a little detour and I went and I bought a bunch of retired transfers. So I haven't posted the event yet, but I'm planning on doing a live sale next Wednesday and you are not going to want to miss this. Okay. I'm telling you right now, I got some amazing transfers. So mark that on your calendar, 7:30. Right here, and make sure that you've signed up for notifications. If you haven't yet, if you're not getting notifications whenever I go live, you can just comment the keyword, which is winter, and sign up for notifications there so that you know whenever I'm going live. Then you don't miss it. I'm telling you, I think these are going to be the most popular ones I've had yet. Okay, hopefully they will be. I think there are some really great ones in there. But wouldn't pick those up today. Started going through them. I'm so excited to show y'all what all I got. So, hi Stephanie, how are you? Hey Anita, welcome. All right, so there's Cadet partway. Now, I thought I had enough on my color tray. You know, it's hard for me to judge how much paint I need. Or paste, really. Paint too, I'm the same way with paint. And that's probably now too much, so who knows? I don't know what I'm doing here. All right, this is Cadet. Let me mix that up just a little. All right, keyword is winter, by the way, too. But yeah, make sure that you come hang out with me next Wednesday. and we will have a fun live sale. I think it's going to be a good one. Y'all, I'm so excited. I'm sorry I've been trying to juggle too much is what's happening to me. So I started a new job in March before I moved, and then I moved, and I've been traveling way more. So I was only supposed to travel max 25% of the time, and it's been more like 50 to 75% that I've been having to travel. So now that I think we might be in a little more stable place with my job situation, and everything's kind of getting fixed now from where it was when I first started. And so pretty sure my travel schedule will be declining, hopefully. I really don't want to go places all the time. It's hard. I don't know. I used to travel a lot for my old job. And then once the pandemic hit, I quit traveling. And then, of course, I started my business, so then I didn't want to travel. Hi, Sue. How are you? Welcome. All right. And so now I don't want to travel. It makes it a pain to like have to pack up, and I have to plan for multiple lives in a row and like make sure I bring everything, and that's really stressful in itself. But I don't want to not do lives while I'm gone because you guys deserve lives. So it's just a struggle. Okay, so I work for this agricultural company. We actually process soybeans and make renewable fuels. So like we make oil out of like soy and canola oil. Like if you think about like Burger King and McDonald's, we make oil that they use to make their fries and stuff. Plus we make oil for the companies that make like salad dressings and other stuff like that. So pretty much anything with an oil in it, we make it. And then we do produce actual oil like that you can that can be turned into gasoline, or I guess renewable biodiesel, I think is what it is. I'm not really 100% on that side of it. All I know is about the McDonald's and Burger King thing. Really. Okay, so there's that. I think that's pretty good. So I'm going to set both of those over there. And then here's the top part of this. So it's 2 parts with these snowflakes. Excuse me. My goodness. I'm going to not set that in the water yet, though. My paintbrush, because I'm not sure if I'm going to need it or not. We're going to use Ocean Mist. So yeah, I work for that company, and I am the manager of our planning and scheduling department. So basically my team plans all of our projects. So we've got several large projects going on right now, and those are the ones my team works on. So I've come on kind of at the tail end, where I should have probably worked here a long time ago whenever they first started thinking about doing these projects that we're doing. But we're actually like going to be starting construction soon. And so we've had to kind of scramble to plan for everything. So that's what I do. Hi, Lori. How are you? Hi, Patsy. Welcome. I got your order shipped today, my friend. And you too, Brooke. Your stuff's in the mail, babe. Let me see. Sorry, I missed. Yeah, so it's really cool. I didn't realize that, that's what they do. You know, I've worked in oil and gas most of my career. So switching to an agricultural company has been different, because, you know, it's a complete different set of people. You know, my company deals directly with farmers, and we buy like, I guess canola oil comes from sunflower seeds. I don't know these things, okay? My dad actually told me that. But we actually buy soybeans and sunflower seeds and corn, and we actually mill grains too, which I learn something new pretty much every single day. But like for the big beer companies, we mill their hops and stuff. So it's pretty neat, all the different stuff that we do. But at one point, like we had, and it's a it's across the globe. So that's really cool too. Well, I guess I have worked for a company that had a global presence, but not like this where I'm working with people that are all over the world every single day. Like in the Netherlands and Brazil and other places. It's super cool, y'all. And the thought process at this company is much different than other companies I've been at. So it's a really cool environment to work in. And I work with amazing people, so that's awesome too. So, oh, is there a canola plant? Okay, very good. I have no idea. Look, I don't know what's happening around here. I just show up and do my job. I joke because I'm a scheduler that my job has been for about the last 15 years, basically telling grown men what they're supposed to be doing, because I plan their projects for them, tell them what they're supposed to be doing and when they're supposed to be doing it. And that's my passion, okay? Which in my everyday day-to-day life and in my work life definitely rings true. So basically, you know, being bossy, but getting paid for it. It's pretty great. And people listen to me too, which is really cool. Although I do feel like I'm like a mother. Like, I'm sure people are like, oh no, Pam's calling. Don't answer, hide. But I try to make it fun at least and don't make it a chore. So anyway, yeah, that's my mantra. That tell men that are above my pay grade what to do and when to do it. And that is my passion. So anywho, other than that, I'm here. I'm crafting every night, hopefully, for you all. And if you haven't started following me yet, definitely do that. Make sure that you do. Catch my live sale next Wednesday. I am going to have a bunch of great stuff and maybe some surprises that I'll throw in there too. I do have some things that are not readily available besides the retired transfer. So the only way to get that stuff is to hang out and watch the live sale. And super important to try and catch it live because a lot of that stuff goes really fast. The last time I couldn't even keep up with the comments, y'all. It was crazy. Hi, Deborah. How are you? Hi, Sue. Welcome. Thanks for joining me. Happy Friday. Y'all, I was so ready. It was a long week again, and I was hoping that it would be an easier week because last week was really our, like, we had to get everything ready because we had a review to get this project, like, to the finish line so that we could move forward on the next phase last week. And so that was a rough week. And then this week, I did have to go downtown one day and go meet with one of our joint venture partners to finish up on their side of the whole getting this project ready to go. But I was hoping this week would be a lot slower and just like I could take it easy, and it did not feel that way. I was considering not even working today, like taking the day off just because I'm like exhausted. But then I decided, you know what, I might as well just get up, do the thing. And today at least was a slow day. I cannot stand whenever I have a super busy Friday. Y'all, that is just not what Fridays are meant to be. Okay? It's unacceptable all around. And I am not okay with it. So this right here that I'm using is Ocean Mist. And I think this is going to be a perfect color for this. We're also going to use Shimmer Silver for our transfer. And I think this one's going to turn out really, really pretty. with all of the like snowy colors, the fall, I mean the winter theme all around. I think it's going to be perfect. All right. Now, again, you can comment the word winter and you can get all of the stuff to make this, or you can just comment that you want this and I can send you an invoice over, okay? So make it easy for you. I'll send an invoice right to your email address. And then I'll place the order for the transfer for you and cut this wood around for you and send it separately. All right. So anyway, tell me what y'all are doing this weekend. Hi, Brownie. How are you? Sorry I missed your comment a minute ago. I was looking down. Hey, Barbara. Welcome. How are ya? Thank you for joining me, my friends. Yeah, we don't really have any plans. I really want to finish. So Chris is working on getting the backyard put back together after we had those trees taken out. That's been a whole process. And I want to get the garage cleaned up, and I can do that by myself. So when he goes out there to work on the backyard tomorrow, I'm going to go in the garage and try and get that organized. Trick or treat. Yay. Y'all, I need to go buy candy. Oh, it's on Tuesday. Okay, luckily. Hi, Lori. How are ya? Welcome. Okay, so let me just... So if you notice, I am using a paintbrush here. Normally, I would use a sponge, but this is kind of a large area to be painting with the sponge. It would have worked fine. And the sponges, the makeup sponges are handy to do intricate details like these snowflakes, just because it doesn't leave a bunch of paint. And you don't have to like worry about, it doesn't get all up in the cracks and crevices. But I am trying to be careful and just not make a huge mess with my painting. And that seems to be working okay. It's not the worst paint job I've done, that's for sure. But it probably would have been easier for me to use the makeup sponges. Ooh, so by the way, I also figured out what I'm going to do for my craft box next month. So stay tuned to hear about that too. I will be posting that right on my page here, and you can check that out. It's always a full project. It comes with paint and everything else, some embellishments, all that stuff. This month is going to be so much fun. I cannot wait to do this project that I have planned. Hi, Tammy. How to get... Yeah, I'll send that to you, Diane. I'm sorry. I think I was supposed to send it to you the other night, and I forgot. So I will do that. All right. I think we're good here. I hope. This will dry a little bit here in a few minutes, and then we can come and take a look at it again and just make sure that we don't need to spot paint it at all. Okay, so this is our wood round that we're going to use for the background, and then we have this other little piece that goes in the center, and I just want to make sure that that's good and dry, and I think it is pretty good. I just want to dry it just a little bit, both of them, because we're going to use a transfer directly on this. So here are my thoughts, okay? Now, this thing is a mess. I've got blue paint on the edges, but honestly, what's new around here with me being a messy painter, getting paint all over the place? Hi, Jacqueline. I might have a welcome. I'm not sure. I'll have to look. I definitely have one that says welcome horizontally. But I do have some porch leaner signs. I'm not sure if I have a welcome one though. Unfortunately. I would love for them to come out with a new one though. So I'm just trying to get like the excess paint off of the edges here, but I can always cut you one, like laser cut the letters for you. That is a option for sure. My laser can cut big stuff, little stuff, and everything in between. Okay, so here's my thoughts on this. Now, this thing goes together like this. Okay, so this part goes in the center. And then those snowflakes that we just got done painting, one goes on the top, one goes on the bottom. And then the word hello winter goes in the center. Okay, so I really want to use this holiday, I think it's called Toile. I don't know how to pronounce that. Anyways, I want to use this pattern on this round, and I do want to use it for the entire thing, okay? Even though I do know that you're not going to see the middle part, okay? So I want to do it on this part too. But you're not going to see this whole center piece, right? So I need to figure out a way. I don't know if I can mark it where I would see it through there. So I may just go ahead and do the whole thing. And then we're going to do that centerpiece too. All right, so let me just, sorry, I'm a little scatterbrained right at this moment. Oh, surface wax. All right, I would have to look and let you know. I know that the big porch leaner transfers are $43 plus tax. But I'll have to look and see what I have. You're welcome to comment the word winter, and follow along. You can sign up to get notifications so that you can join the live. Now, I'm not pre-selling anything, so you do have to be there either during the live or on the replay in order to claim items. The replay will be available, but I can't guarantee that things are going to still be there during the replay time. So just using a little bit of surface wax to protect my surface, keep my paint from peeling up whenever I put down this very sticky, very new transfer. Now this is a D size, okay? These are this one's 18 by 18, so quite large. Are they in the store? I have not ever seen them recently whenever I've gone in to look. But I just order them on Amazon. They come in a huge pack. I always see those round sponges, like the egg-shaped ones, whenever I go. Same here, Sue. And you know what's funny is that whenever I use this Color Cadet or Candy Apple, which are like the most pigmented colors that we have pretty much, I always end up with paste all over me. Like the other ones, it's not quite so bad. I mean, not that I'm neat with those, but it's not as bad. But these, I don't know if it's just because they're darker, but I end up a huge mess. Luckily though, this paste is washable, completely non-toxic. So if you get it on yourself, on your clothes, in your mouth, it will be fine. Yeah, I'll send you the link to the ones I have. They're pretty good. The only thing is that if you do a big surface with them, they do kind of, they don't completely deteriorate, but they do kind of come apart a little bit. Sorry. Oh. Oh. Anyway, my gosh. They do come apart just a little bit, but I just sand it. And it ends up being fine. Sorry, y'all. I'm like, have a frog in my throat, and now I can't, like, get back to the same place that I just was a second ago. Voice-wise. Oh, man. That was kind of scary. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and do this entire round, okay? And just remember that this centerpiece is not going to have it'll be covered with this thing, which I could probably just like decide where this thing's gonna go and put it down while I go over this. I think that's what I'll do so that I don't waste paste, you know? Oh, well, I opened the wrong jar. So we're gonna use Shimmer Silver. Okay, I think this will be perfect. Now remember, underneath, up here and at the bottom, we're gonna have snowflakes, but I wanted this pattern to potentially to be seen through even just a little bit. It's a really cool pattern, and I don't think it's giving it enough of a debut on just this little part on the top. So I figured we'll let it peek through however we can, and it'll be great. So I'm just going to hold this middle piece here and move around it. Oh my goodness. Or just get paste directly on top of it also is, I guess that works. I don't know. I don't know what I was doing. All right. And this is a repeatable pattern too, which is nice. So if you wanted to use this pattern in some other way and the surface that you're using is bigger than the pattern itself, you can just pick it up and move it over and match it up, and it will still work, and it'll look like a seamless design. Isn't that neat? No, I don't think so. I just like had like a, I don't know, like something in my throat, and then it kind of took my breath away there for a second. Wow, that is so pretty. And I love how it's got kind of a vintagey feel. Okay, so I picked this up, and I'm just going to lay this right back down. Okay, I'm not taking it all the way off because I still need to do the bottom part, but I don't want that paste to dry in the transfer. Okay, so that's why I did that. Let me clean this up really quick. And no, I sure hope I don't have a cold coming on. I think the one time that I've been sick this year was plenty. That was terrible. If y'all end up getting COVID, it was awful. Like a solid week of just really not feeling good. And that's not where I'm at right now, for sure. So, all right, now, same thing down here. I'm just holding this in place and trying to go around it so that I can not chalk something that really doesn't need to be chalked if it's just going to be covered up in the end. Save me time and material in paste. And then that ends up being less transfer I gotta clean too, right? Although, I mean, at this point, I'm gonna be cleaning this whole thing, so. All right, and if you didn't know, so if you're new here or new to Chalk Couture, let me just tell you a little bit. So Chalk Couture is a company that makes reusable silkscreen transfers. So they're not just stencils. They are stencils, but they're not just stencils. They're actually called transfers, and they're sticky on one side and reusable, washable. And I'm telling you, when I say reusable, I mean like 10 to 50 times, okay? They're actually guaranteed 10 times. And beyond that, I have a friend that she painted her dining room, and then she proceeded to use one of our pattern transfers on those walls, like, uncountable number of times. Okay, all the way around the whole room, she used a pattern transfer, and it was absolutely stunning. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and pull this thing up, and I'm just going to stick that right there for a second. Okay, so there's my round. Okay, and remember, we're going to cover that centerpiece up. So I'm going to use this one, and we're going to put this. Look at that. This is going to be perfect. Right down in the middle, okay? And our pattern will continue through the middle of it. Isn't that funny? Okay. Right where it left off on the other board. And then that way I just have the center part that I have to, the circle that I got to clean. So this is a 14-inch round and it is layered. So you have several pieces and then you of course have the words and those snowflakes, which we're going to get to here in just a minute, putting all this together. Plus it comes with a hanger and I'll show you how this little hanger that goes on the back works. Okay, that comes in your package. Whenever you open it and you see this funky little hanger, just know that you can come back here and check out how to put it together. Super easy to use and they work really good. They hold really good. And then you don't have to add a separate hanger to it or try to glue a piece of string on or anything like that. Okay. All right. Throw that in my cup over there and close this thing up. There it goes. All right, now for the reveal, let me just pull this off. All right, there we go. Now, I'm gonna set that right over there. And I'm gonna grab my other pieces here. So this is the bottom part with the snowflakes, and then the top also has the snowflakes, and then we have some laser cut words. And there we go. Oh, one more. Alrighty then. Now, I'm going to get this thing dry. This is so pretty. I'm loving this on the dark blue. I think this is going to be really nice. And this pattern is kind of subtle. It's not really too much. I don't think. I think it's just perfect. But there's a Santa and his sleigh with the reindeer flying across the night sky. Some cute little houses. And some wildlife. Plus, that shimmer silver has just a little bit of glitter in it. So it'll give you a little bit of a sparkle, but not too much. And it does not lose any of that glitter anywhere. All right, here we go. So I think we're good to go. Oh man. Hold on, I did not turn this on, so might not be quite there, but that's okay. We can make do. All right, so in the meantime, we will go ahead and start placing this stuff down. Ooh, this is just perfection. And then that pattern just floats right to the centerpiece. It's just right. All right, now set that top piece on there. And our bottom piece, this is perfect. And then as soon as my glue gun's ready to go, we will be ready to do the things. Hi Shirley, how are ya? Welcome. Thanks for joining me. So make sure that you keep in mind that whenever you order tonight, if you order the transfer, you will also get a gift from Chalk in your package. Okay, you'll get the Merry Christmas transfer with the cards and envelopes that come shipped separately directly from the warehouse. But that's whenever you buy that, the transfer part of that, the holiday tool, I don't know how to say it. I don't know how that's supposed to be said, but it's a word. I don't know. All right, I'm trying to let this thing heat up. Sorry, I didn't think about that whenever I first started. So I done messed up. And I was thinking I could go ahead and do the hanger, but I can't even do that because I need my glue gun. But I will go ahead and get a little bit of, I'm not going to use that string. I need a little bit of a thicker string. So I'm going to use a piece of this thicker jute that I have. I'm not going to use that cheapo one from Dollar Tree because it's way too thin and it needs to be layered anyways in order for it to really hold something that's heavy. So might as well just use a thicker piece, and then you just need one strand of it. All right. Let me see if I missed anything here. I'm so excited for your trick-or-treating. Sue, I'm just going back and seeing your comment about spending too much, and same. Why is that my life? So today, I went and picked up those transfers, right? And I told myself, no more spending money, right? Well, that was a lie, okay? A flat out, like, I don't know who I think I am, but okay. Who I think I am being able to tell myself that I'm not going to spend any more money, because then I proceeded to see a advertisement on my Facebook page for these jeans called Judy Blues that are supposed to be like the stretchiest, most comfortable jeans you'll ever wear, which I have no idea. I've never worn them before, but I keep hearing about them. And so, you know, I had to order those, okay? And then, I hope that's gonna be good. I'm gonna have to tack that a little bit. And then I'm like, oh, I need some, I've been meaning to order some more mascara, because I don't wear a lot of makeup, but I do wear mascara every single day. And so I'm like, oh, let me order that too. And then it tells me, I posted this morning, and I think it's hilarious because it's so true. If you're going to get free shipping on something, you know, it makes you spend another, like, I don't know, $20. And you're like, yeah, I'll do that to get free shipping. But you could have just saved that $20 and spent $6 on shipping. Okay, so that's what I did on my mascara order. It turned into, oh, well, if I order one more thing, then I can get this free gift with my purchase. And so then I ended up spending like $75 on that. And before long, y'all, I spent $150 tonight, like, without even getting off the couch. Okay? After I just got home and told myself, don't you spend another penny, you bad girl. And then here I am. So, I don't know. I just kind of put my card number in sometimes, and then I just don't look at my bank. And if I don't look at it, it didn't happen. So that's the thing. Hi, Marie. How are you? Yeah, I will let you know. So the last jeans that I bought were really great, but they were really high priced. I ended up using, have y'all ever used, like a Sezzle? So basically it's a payment plan, right? Where you can make like 4 equal payments. Hi, Linda. Thank you. I'm glad you like this. So the last jeans I bought, I had to make it worth it to spend this much on jeans. So I figured, why not buy 4 pairs of them? And then I could just make payments on them over the next like couple of months, right? And so I bought the Good American ones from Khloe Kardashian. And they are actually, they're called Always Fit. And so you don't buy, well, some of them you can buy like the ones that I got, you can get them for, like, I wear a, like, 14, 16, I guess. And so they have, like, it's 14 to, I think, 18. And any size in between there, these jeans will fit you, right? So, like, they're not too tight and they're real stretchy. Y'all, they're so comfortable. Except they're a little bit too high-rise. I don't like those super high-rise. I like more of a mid-rise. So I'm hoping these Judy Blues that I ordered are going to be a mid-rise for me. And they are, but I prefer skinny jean. I don't know. They say that those are out now, but I'm into skinny jeans and I don't care what they say is trending or not, okay? But I didn't get those. I got some boot cut ones, so we'll see. And they're also a button fly, which is interesting. I haven't had a button fly in a long time. So hopefully I'm going to love these jeans and maybe I'll buy another pair, but we'll find out. They weren't that super expensive either, which was nice, but hopefully they're going to fit me. They did say to size down, which is a little scary for me because pants never fit me. I have a hard time. That's why I wanted to get those always fit ones, because they always fit. That's one of the things that I really loved about whenever I was still getting that clothing subscription, because they would pick out clothes for me and they would fit me every time. And I'm like, wow, this is how clothes are supposed to fit. Like shirts and pants especially. Every pair of jeans I ever got from that clothing subscription always fit. And I'm like, okay, this is great. Not feeling like how I do whenever I have to go to the store and try on clothes and none of the pants that I pick out fit. You know what I mean? Even if they're the same size that you always wear. Look how pretty this is, y'all. That looks pretty good. All right, so we are going to flip this bad boy over. And I'm going to show you how this hanger works, okay? So I want you to make sure that you know what the center is, okay? So it's about there. And here's what we're going to do. So it comes with 2 pieces, all right? And we're going to first put the first piece on. We're going to glue this one on here in the center, just like so. And basically it has these little cutouts for you so that whenever you string this thing through, it has room for the string to go through and for a knot. It's great. Aren't they great, Anita? I'm glad you like this. Yeah, I like these colors too. I think they're perfect for the whole winter vibe. All right, now I'm just gonna tie a knot right here. And I'm gonna trim this off. And this is gonna be perfect. That little knot is gonna sit right in there, okay? And it's gonna be able to sit flush because of that little cutout there. Now we're gonna do the same thing on this side. I'm just using a little bit of hot glue on the end of my string to help push that through there, okay? And then I just want to make it long enough to hang it, okay? I don't want it to be too long because then you just don't want a super long thing whenever you're hanging this on your door or on your wall. All right, so that's probably perfect. Just to get through the hook, and then that way it's not, hopefully not slapping around on your door too much whenever the door opens and closes. And then you should get a pretty snug fit there. Now, what I like to do is put a dot of glue in each of those little spots and on that thing, and then we're just gonna slide this right in there. And those little dots that I put in the slots are gonna, ouch, I just burned myself, are gonna hold those knots, okay? So then you have a perfect little hanger. Isn't that perfect? So tell me that if you love this. I do love it. Look at that silver. And that background is not too busy for this one. I think this turned out just right. You can comment the word winter to get all the stuff to make this. Add a discount, of course. And in addition to getting that transfer in the mail, you will also get the card kit. So comment winter, that last day to get that card kit is today, okay, for free with your order. So if you want that, you need to make sure that you get it tonight, pay your invoice, and I will place that order as soon as I see your invoice paid. And then Diane, I'll send you that link as soon as we get done here, okay? All right, y'all. Well, I love you so much, and when I say that, I mean it. I hope you have a great night, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.